Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about how you cannot afford a single negative thought. Your being must stay in a positive state at all times. And this is something that you work on over time. You cultivate a positive state over time. This is such a simple concept, but it was first introduced to me in a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I read this book a while back, and a lot of what I teach is actually based off of it. All the different rituals, like ritual of the spoken word, ritual of solitude, etc., etc. There's so many key takeaways from that book, all the rituals being some of the most important takeaways, but also one of my favorite things that I took from the book is you cannot afford a single negative thought. Your environment has such a big play into your vibration and frequency that you operate at on a day-to-day basis. That's why it's super important to cultivate a positive environment for yourself where you sleep, because the first and last 10 minutes of your day, when you're entering into your REM cycle, entering into theta, you're most easily programmed. That's where the self-hypnosis comes in at those points. So it's super important to cultivate positive reinforcement during those time periods, but overall throughout your day, within your environment, because you cannot afford a single negative thought. Duality is everything in this world. As above, so below. What you do to others is what happens to you. The golden rule. So think about it in this way. If you stay in a positive state at all times, if you understand that everything is happening for you, it's not happening to you. You have the ability to come out of every single situation in a positive state. A large percent of where you'll end up in life is how you react to certain situations. Everything is a test for you. Everything. Things happen for you. They don't happen to you. So when you understand that things happen for you, you have the ability to react in a positive way. When negativity does come into your life, when negative energy comes into your life, you have the opportunity to respond to it through, number one, being the silent watcher and observer of your thoughts, but number two, reacting to it and responding in a positive way, in a positive state. You cannot afford these negative thoughts. These negative thoughts will lead you on a downward spiral. Momentum is everything. Stay in this positive frequency at all times. You may be asking, how? How? Pull the lever. Become aware. Why are you being negative? Why are you having negative thoughts? You're a positive being made under God's image. Whatever creator you believe in, whatever infinite intelligence that you look up to, if you look up to something like that, do you really think they made you in a negative image? Because the same creator who made you made the rose, made nature, beautiful grass, trees, the sun and moon. Man didn't make the sun and moon, I'll tell you that for sure. Everything you see is either man-made or it was made by the creator. And everything is beautiful. So the creator didn't make anything negative. Over time, we've evolved into a species that's fear-driven, ego-driven. And because of that, negativity comes into our lives. Become aware of your ego. Your ego is always generating negative self-images. Start the surrender experiment. Become aware of your thoughts, that ego principle. You have an opportunity to sit there as the silent observer of your thoughts, of your egoic thoughts, and just watch it. Just observe it. Let it pass, because you cannot afford a single negative thought. Life is continuously going to throw you curveballs, and you're going to try to swing, and you're going to strike out time and time again. But the only way you hit dingers, the only way you hit home runs, grand slams, is to go about every single situation from love and affection. Is to go about every single situation with unconditional love. Understanding that everything happens to you for a reason. It's happening for you. Your not so desired outcomes in your life, they can be reframed as positive outcomes. That's why it's so important to detach from the outcome of everything you do, because the outcome is in the future, and the future doesn't exist. You have no control over it. Remember, we can die at any point. Our phones can shut off at any point. Nothing is under our control except how we react. And how we react can either be positive or negative. So it's important to always react positively to any situation that life throws your way. And this is something that's practiced over time through meditation, calming your mind, not reacting to anything, not reacting to your thoughts, that voice in your head. You can silence the voice in your head. You can become best friends with it. Understanding that there's the voice and then there's you. Disidentified from I and self. Just watching your thoughts. That's all. Those negative thoughts come in, bang, positive. You go to your happy place whenever a negative thought comes in. A fear-driven outcome? Nope. Faith, guided. Everything's going to be okay. No matter what. A belief, a desire actually. Two in the same. Faith and belief mixed with desire, bang. A good mixture for a good life, a positive life. Your not so desired outcomes, they were supposed to happen. And you have the opportunity to find the beauty within that. You have the opportunity to find the beauty within these not so desired outcomes. Everything is an opportunity to understand that the eternal now is all there is. And your eternal now cannot afford a single negative thought. It's only positive. Love, abundance, unconditional love, faith, belief. This is the recipe. It's time to become a chef. You can only listen and consume for so long until you start taking action in your life. To get from point A to point B, to go 0 to 1. It all starts with a decision. To act. We live in a physical realm. We must act. We must download our energy signals from our higher self, take it into the physical realm, and breathe life into it. Definite action. Physical activity. Act on it. Act on your passions. Stay in a positive state. This is the way. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.